Welcome to She Coaches Coaches. I'm your host, Candy Motzek, and I'm going to help you find the clarity, confidence, and courage to become the coach that you are meant to be. If you're a new coach, or if you've always wanted to be a life coach, then this is the place for you. We're going to talk all about mindset and strategies and how to, because step by step only works when you have the clarity, courage, and confidence to take action. Let's get started. Hi there. I am so glad you're here, and welcome to this episode of She Coaches Coaches. I was talking to one of my private clients this morning about being in the flow, that place where you know you're doing the right thing right now, and you're completely in your lane. I just wanted to say how incredibly thankful I am for you, my listeners, and for my clients. I feel so honored that you're here listening to my words. Your time is important. It's one of the reasons I keep my episodes to less than 30 minutes. I want to help you in some area, and it's just enough time for you to commute to work or just enough time to prep and cook dinner. I also feel incredibly thankful for those of you who are my clients. I have some of the most amazing people in my coaching business, and my weeks are filled with interesting and powerful coaching conversations. I feel this so strongly right now. I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm doing the work that I'm meant to be doing. It took me years and lots of wrong turns to get here, but here I am. It's funny. When I look back, I had to make all those wrong turns to make it to this place. So maybe those wrong turns were actually right turns after all. I wouldn't be the person I am now with the life experience and the perspective if I hadn't gotten off track. Makes you think, doesn't it? What if every single event in your life was exactly what you needed it to be? And you needed all those events so that you could be who you are today and to bring you to this place in your life. I'd love to hear your perspective on this too. And the only way that I can do it is if you click through to the episode notes and leave me a comment. I'm always so pleased to hear what you have to say. I wanted to do a little update for you, and I'll let you know that this past week, I did a bit of a reorg on my Coaches Online Business Academy. If you're not familiar with it, it's my free resource library, and I've set it up to give coaches a one-stop, that one place where you can find all kinds of useful information and guidance to get started as a coach. Anyway, I did a reorg. I made it clearer, cleaner, added some more resources, and just got it so that it was easier and way more intuitive for you to go in, find what you need, get the help you want, and do it quickly and easily. That being said, if you haven't signed up for my Coaches Online Business Academy, then you should, right? And if you've already got your free membership, log on, go back in and check it out. Okay, so that's it for today's updates. Now let's dive into the episode. Today, we're talking about money, specifically charging for coaching. Here are some common thoughts that I hear every single day. I hear my clients say, I love coaching, but I just feel so uncomfortable asking for money. Or, how do I ask for money? Or, I feel awkward charging for coaching because I enjoy it so much. They may say they feel awkward, guilty, embarrassed, uncomfortable. Does any of that sound familiar to you too? Good. It means that you're not alone. So here's what we're going to do next. We're going to approach this in a few different ways. First, we're going to talk about some of the reasons why you might feel this way. And I think that this is important because when you can understand that first, you're not alone, and second, some of the reasons why you might be feeling this way, you're going to start to get some awareness around it. And that is the first step to everything. Next, we're going to talk about the value of coaching. And finally, we're going to talk about an easy way, actually a couple of quick, easy ways for you to have a new perspective on this. Just so you know, this is not the episode where we talk about how much you should charge or what your rates or packages should be. It's also not the episode where I remind you that you are worthy of charging for your service. We're not talking about your value as a coach, nor are we talking about your worth and value as a human. In my books, it is an absolute given that you are a valuable human beyond compare. So this one, we're simply talking about this exchange, an exchange of coaching with you for money. And for some of this, it's all kinds of uncomfortable. It might be uncomfortable asking for money. It might be uncomfortable talking about money or charging to do something that you love. Maybe uncomfortable about receiving money. Might be uncomfortable about any of those reasons. So let's start with the beginning. Let's start with some of the reasons why you might feel this way. First, money is one of those big taboos in our society, and it's time for us all to get a little bit more comfortable talking about it. We may be uncomfortable because we have too much or too little, or we might have too much debt. I think somehow we equate it with our worth, but it's not. It's money, and money will never define your value as a human. So just being aware that it's an off-limit topic will help you. Like I said earlier, awareness is the start of everything. As soon as you become aware of something, then you can decide how you want to think about it, and you can decide if you want to change. But first, it's awareness. Next, your coaching services are a business. Now, you might be a beginner in business, and it might be a tiny little fledgling business, but it's a business nonetheless. Once you have a paying client, that's it. You're a business owner. And businesses charge money for their services. But if you're like most coaches in my circle, you've been an employee for years. The only time you speak about your paycheck is at once or at most twice a year. If you're negotiating your starting pay or discussing a bonus structure or a performance raise for the year. As a business owner, we talk about money. We talk about it all the time. Otherwise, you would have a hobby or a charity. Now, of course, you can have a charity or a hobby if that's what you want. It's completely your choice, nobody else's. But my guess, since you're still here listening, you want a business. You just never thought about it in this way. Next, maybe you think that you're a newbie coach and that you're not very good at coaching yet. Have you set some kind of an imaginary bar that you need to reach before you're good enough to start charging for coaching? Just so you know, there are coaches at all levels, experienced coaches and beginner coaches, and some people charge $10 an hour. And then there are those who charge $10,000 an hour. And there is a client for every exchange. I generally don't recommend people charge by the hour because it's the value of coaching and the change and the transformation that the client gets. It's not a per hour service, but I just wanted to give you that perspective on it. So now let's talk about the value of coaching. Is coaching helpful? What is it about coaching that's worthwhile? I bet you've got some thoughts, but let me share some of mine too. At its simplest level, a coach is a person who holds space for the client and listens to them. Just that. Nothing else. No questions, no nothing. Holds space and listens. Now consider this most basic version, holding space and listening. And if, for example, your client is a busy mom, she spends her life always doing everything for everyone else, and she never has time to even catch her breath before she's off and running again. How valuable would it be to spend time with a coach where you're focused on you, on her life, what she wants in her life? Provide a place where she can talk about her dreams and goals, her worries and fears, all without being judged. It's not the same as talking to a friend. A friend already knows you, and they've got preconceived ideas about who you are, the mistakes that you've made in your life, and what you're capable of. But to talk with somebody who just holds space and listens, just that, it gives us our most basic human need to be seen and heard and to matter. Then, as you look at what coaching can help with, so we take that holding space and listening, and then we start to add accountability and powerful questions and inquiring. We take that and we know that we can change the client's perspective on their life as a partnership when they're ready. It helps them decide what they want more of and less of. And then coaching supports them to make those changes and create a fulfilling life. So, what's the value of creating the life that you desire? Of being supported while you're making those changes? Having a coach to ask you pointed and powerful questions to help you find your way while treating you with compassion and holding you accountable. Imagine the value of having that in your life. No wonder coaching is so popular. Who wouldn't want that experience, right? Now, finally, here's a couple of easy ways for you to shift your perspective about people paying money. So just bear with me here. I want you to think about it in a different way. It seems so commonplace, but I want you to put on your coach hat and listen and play along with me. So people pay money for the things that they want. Of course, we spend money on things we need too, and we pay our bills. And you might argue that you don't really want those bills, but just stick with me here. We spend money on the things that we want. It's normal, completely normal. Try this. The next time you go to the grocery store, look at all of the people, all of the customers. Watch them as they walk in the door. They grab a cart or a hand basket, and maybe they put their list in that basket. They push that cart around and they go up and down the aisles and they start looking at things. Maybe they're in the produce section. Now they're going to look at some fruit. And you can see them thinking, do I want oranges, nectarines, mangoes? Do I want the organic bananas or the regular bananas? Watch them. Watch what they do. They look, they choose, and they put it in the cart. They go all around the store, and all the things that they want, they put those things in the cart too. Then they go to the checkout. Now their items get scanned and weighed and put in bags, and they pay for it. They saw it, they wanted it, and they bought it. Do you see? It is completely normal, common, everyday activity, something we don't think twice about. We see the things, we decide we want those things, and then we buy those things. And coaching can be no different. Coaching is no different. Your coaching services, your coaching package or program is absolutely no different. It's normal for people to buy what they want. It's just as normal for them to buy a gorgeous coat, a car, organic fruits and veggies, just as normal for them to buy those things as it is to buy your coaching solution. Charging for coaching is a normal, everyday transaction. Here's another way for you to shift that perspective so you can begin to see and remind yourself of how easily we pay for the things that we want. It's completely normal to pay for coaching, just like it's normal to pay for a math tutor, a therapist, a personal trainer, Botox, a manicure. Do this. Go on to Amazon.com. In the search bar, type weird stuff. Yeah. That's the search term that I want you to put in there, weird stuff, and then hit go. Now, when I do this, there are over 4,000 items that are classified as weird stuff. Here's what I see. A rechargeable toilet bowl nightlight. It comes with multiple colored lights, and it has 2,756 reviews. Now, if you know Amazon just a little bit, you know that not everybody leaves a review. That means that way more than 3,000 people have bought that toilet bowl nightlight. Now, I scrolled a little bit and I found myself this gorgeous fuzzy burrito blanket. Yep, that's it. It's a blanket that looks like a burrito. It has 13,261 five-star reviews. A lot of people wanted that burrito blanket and they bought it. Those shoppers saw the things, they wanted them, they bought them, they paid for what they wanted. Now, all you have to do is realize that there are many, many people who want what coaching will help them get. They want to be seen and heard. They want help to reach their goals more easily and faster. Or they have a problem that they're desperate to solve. They've tried everything on their own and they don't know what to do next. And coaching could help them. If they can find you and they realize you can help them, they will gladly pay you to help transform their life forever. Of course, they will want to exchange money for your coaching solution, right? So that's it for today. And I so appreciate that you're here and as part of my community. And I hope that you're taking this stuff that I talk about on these episodes and apply it. I want to hear from you. Click through to the episode notes and leave me a comment. Tell me the kinds of things that you want to learn more about. I'm always looking to help you best. And that means creating episodes that speak to exactly where you're at. Of course, you can do all of this on your own. You can become a coach. You can create clients. You can build a thriving business. You can do it all on your own, no problem, using this information that I share with you. Many of you are great do-it-yourselfers, and I'm super happy to support you. And if you're one of the people that want more help, maybe you want to work more closely with me, I'm here. My clients are go-getters, and many of them wanted to become a coach for weeks, months, or even years before they got started. I'm sure you're eager to dive in, and you know that your time is now. So if that sounds like you, and you want to make progress faster, and you're eager to create your first paying clients, and you want my help to get along the way, let's set up a time to talk. When you click the link in the episode notes to book a call, I ask you a few questions. Take the time to answer them thoroughly so we can use our time together in the best way possible. When I know where you're coming from, then I can show up the best way to help you. And it's going to be easier for us to decide if we're ready to work together. All right, that's it for today. I am so appreciative that you've spent this time with me, and I'll be back to speak with you again next week. Thanks again for listening today. Please hop on over to Apple Podcasts and leave a review. Also, I would love to hear from you. Did something that I say resonate? What else would you like to learn about? Click the link in the player and leave a comment on the post. This is going to give me great ideas for future episodes so I can help you best. Join me again next week for more coaching, support, and teaching to help you become the confident coach you are meant to be.